Hey guys. Alright, so we got our processing for our fuel set up. We've got our power plant ready to go. And we have been making some fuel. And that's all ready to go. Come on, where are you? There you are. And then down here, all of our centrifuges are Covarexing, so we've got enough in all of them. We're good to go. And not a moment too soon, guys. One of the things I did do is I went up here and I grabbed this other uranium patch up here because this one was getting low. I figured I'd go grab the other one. I did it off camera. You guys have seen me put down miners before. But here's the thing. We are not a moment too soon to get this thing ready to go, because with the addition of all those miners and the addition of all of this stuff, the time has come. We really need power going. So now we've got beacons for all of these. These are speed modules, productivity modules, same thing down here. So let us go ahead and get our power plant running. And all we need to do that is to put these puppies in here. They're going to go down there. They're going to get fuel. The fuel is going to come up here, and we're going to verify that they are, in fact, fueling all of our reactors. Now it's going to be real slow because our power's slow. Our power's so low. I think we said we wanted 10 in each of these, so yeah, there you go. So it'll start to feed these in, and it'll start to feed these reactors, and you'll see the temperature start to come up. And as that temperature comes up, we're going to hit a point where this puppy's going to kick online and solve the majority of our immediate power production problems. I don't remember what the minimum temperature on these things is. Minimum temperature 500 degrees C. So these have to come up to 500 degrees C in order for them to start making steam. And we're at 125 now. So it's going to take a hot minute to do that. So we're not going to sit there and watch it. We verified it is bringing in the fuel. I don't know how long it takes for this fuel to drain down. It looks like it's pretty slow usage, which is fine with me. But I identified a couple of things down here that I didn't take into consideration, sort of. One of them, well, they're all the same thing. It's back. All of this stuff is going to eventually back up. As we produce, we're going to get to a point where this is going to back up. Now, with the Covarexing and the 235, it's not going to be that much of an issue because it's going to back up. It's only going to back up to here. It won't go any further, and it can't process any, but it's not going to stop the situation. What is going to stop us, though, is if this 238 backs up all the way down here and backs up there and hits this point. Because at this point, we won't be able to process any more fuel out of the reactor, and we won't be able to process any more fuel into the reactor. And if we run out of the 235 before we run out of the 238, then we got problems. So I want to do two things to solve that issue. I want to make sure it's using the stuff that comes out of our ore processing first. I want to make sure we're using the 235 out of our ore processing first. So we're going to go here, and we're going to go input priority left, right? So now it's going to take from here before it takes from here. And if there's nothing here, then it'll take from here, and that'll solve that one from backing up. Now the other one, what I want to do is I actually want to pick this back up, and I want to add a chest. It doesn't have to be a big chest. I just want to add a chest. Let's get that out of the way. So I'm going to add a chest here, right? And that chest is going to take out of fuel processing, and we can do this. We can put it, say, here so that it's a little more compact, whatever. Anyway, it's going to take the fuel that's coming out of fuel processing. It's going to take the 238 out of the spent fuel, put it into this chest, and then from the chest it's going to put it on this line. And what that's going to let us do is we'll be able to monitor this chest, and we'll be able to control this line with it. So then we want our requester chest that we had from before going into that for that, and we'll stick that there. Now that's all powered back up. When we have spent fuel, it'll come down here. This will process it. Now again, I want it to be able to insert this before this, because if this backs up, we can't process used fuel. Then we're stuck. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a red wire, and I'm going to go from this chest over to right here. Now this is the last point at which the 235 or the 238 and the 235 both come into this system, right? And I want to say that if this backs up to where this can no longer insert, we want to stop this belt until this comes down to a point. So what we're going to do is we're going to go here and we're going to go enable disable. We know that it's 238 because it's processing used fuel. And if this chest starts to get full, we want it to stop this line. So let's say it starts to back up and gets, oh, I don't know, 500 in it, right? So when this gets 500, that should be that. Read contents. If that is greater than 500, maybe it's less than, maybe we want less than. All right, yeah, so it's less than. I'm sorry. So if we're below the 500, if this gets up to 500, it's going to turn it off. Below the 500, it's going to let it come through. So 500 is only going to be, a few of these boxes. But it's that way it's going to prioritize the 238 coming out of fuel processing first. And since it's going to shut it off here, this is going to be empty space. It'll let it feed it up there. Now, we should not, even if that's blocked off and we're not getting 235, that shouldn't be a problem, because as long as we're putting 238 onto this line, it can come through the Covarex side and go into fuel processing. So it should not either way kill our production. Now, let us go up here and see how we are on temperature. Okay, we are starting to come up to temperature a little bit. 700, 7 something. What is the issue here? Oh, that would help with that. And I bet it's the same issue here. And here as well. Yeah, we didn't completely connect our water, guys. All right, so now our water is connected all the way around. Our reactors are up to minimum temperature, or they're up well past minimum temperature. Our heat pipes are glowy. Our steam turbines are steamy. And our steam engines are steamy to offset the rest of it. We should be, if we're out here, we got plenty of steam. Looks like it's all doing its thing. And this is charging up. And now we've got plenty of power. Now, we got something that used power over here. Oh, the laser's fired, apparently, at something. I wonder what they're either charged or they fired. I don't know which. But anyway, now we've got this puppy up and running. we are good to go. We have fewer worries with regards to fuel, or with regards to power, and that should continue to provide all the fuel we need for some time to come. Now, it looks like we are still pulling from the solar as well, which is fine, but we're pulling from all three. Now, one of the things that was on the Facebook page that I got into a discussion regarding the switches, the power switches, was that Factorio was smart enough that it would prioritize, solar over steam, etc., etc. Well, it's using all of the steam or all of the solar, which is fine, but it is not prioritizing the nukes over the steam engines. So there's a spot where we could turn around and put in a switch and turn off this plant, and force the power to be used through the nuke plant instead of through our steam engines and the coal pollution, etc. So there's an instance where that would be the case. It's still true that there are some things that Factorio is not smart enough in how it shares, and that's one of them. So anyway, we got that going. Like I said, our next step was going to be rails. So we're going to go down here, and we're going to put the stuff that's in our pockets away, and we're going to start on our trek for putting out rails. And we want to put rails out to all of our walls so that we can go ahead and start servicing the broken pieces. Okay, we're going to have depots and drop-off points and what have you, so that we can start doing that. We can start playing with the rails. I want to play around with the whole new interrupt system, because I want to make one fuel supply point for the trains, and then use the train interrupt system to have it go ahead and do all of the fueling itself. So that's one of the things I want to experiment with. I don't think we need so many belts right now. Let us. Can we force it to take them? No, we'll have to put them in. That's okay, because it'll use these belts up, and they will go away in the process of making red belts. We are switching over. We're going to start switching over slowly but surely. We'll switch everything over to red belts, and as we do, we'll put the yellow belts in here and let it use the yellow belts to build the new red belts. Now, one of the things we're going to want to have as far as rails, let's look at what we researched real quick. So we got our quality 2 modules, and we've got our assembly machine 3s. We've got our new rails. We're going to have to make reinforced concrete because I want these overhead rails. So we're going to have to start making reinforced concrete. We're already making concrete. We have to make the reinforced. We got the piercing shotgun shells. We've got the cluster grenades, which I really kind of enjoy. And we've got our Mark II power armor. So at some point we'll be making Mark II. All right. So anyway, what I was leading up to is we're making concrete, but we're not making refined concrete. And we need to make refined concrete. So I kind of looked at this and thought about it and scratched my head about it while I was waiting for that stuff to build up. And I think this is where I'm going to put my refined concrete. We don't need a ton of it for right now. I mean, we need it for the rails, and it takes 100 to do a ramp, and it takes 20 for every rail support. So every time you go up or down, you're going to need 100. Every time you know, but I think we're only going to really be doing it when we come to cliffs for right now. So we don't need a ton of it to start. So what I thought about doing is if I put this here, I know it's right up against this and it's right up against this. But our refined concrete needs steel plate, iron sticks, concrete, and water. All right, so there's water. We need concrete. We're going to need sticks. And if we put this here, and we reach here with a long and here with a long, we can tell this to make sticks. And then we can come down here, and I could reroute this and jump it over here, which is what I think I'm going to do. Let me use some of those yellows just so that we don't... What did I do with them? Where did I put the yellows? They're down here, aren't they? Yeah, they're down here. Let me grab some of these yellows, just so I don't disturb the system too much. Alright, so we're going to go here, here, here. Is that going to give us the room we need? I don't think it is. Sure it is. But what we're actually going to do is that right there. Alright? Because then I can put this in here. We can jump these two and then jump these ones. And then that'll come there. That'll come there. That'll come there. And then that'll give us that, right? And then all we need is our water. And there goes out. We're going to limit this to 4 stacks right now. And then we need to come out of here and right up to here, and there's our water, and then that's going to take care of that. Now, in order to make this, it needs 20 concrete. So I kind of want this to be able to not have to wait forever for this to transfer. So I'm wondering if I want to put 2 pipes or 2 long-handeds in here, just to increase the, oops, just to do that. I think that'll work. So there we go. We got that going. So that's going to start our reinforced, or refined, I want to say reinforced, but it's refined concrete. So that's going to get us going for that. So let's get rid of, now that we got that, we got all this junk in our pockets, and I know we're starting to build up here. I got to go back through again. It's an ongoing thing with me, and I'll put it down, and then I'll go through and I'll get rid of this stuff, and then we'll fill it back up later. Trust me. So we don't need any of that. We don't need these guys. We do need these guys. Actually, you know what? We need these guys. We don't need the miners. We don't need the pumps. We don't need those. We don't need the modules. We definitely don't need the wood or the steel. We don't need the turrets. Don't need these. Don't need these. Don't need these. Or these. All right, so we might need the splitters, the undergrounds, and the belts. Maybe. So we'll take them with. Nothing there that we need. Nothing there that we need. We're going to take these just to be safe. Now we are going to need, here's what we're going to need. We're going to need robot stuff. And the robot stuff is all down here. So we're going to need roboports. And we are going to need construction bots. And then we are going to need a metric crap ton of track. We're going to need train stops. We're going to need train signals. I'm going to finish out the pile of fast inserters. I'm going to leave the regular inserters because I don't think I need them. I'm going to finish out the pile of long-handed inserters. And I'm going to take a stack of bulk inserters. Is that, and then we're going to take the chests. We may need to come back for more chests. We're going to take the full stack of chests. I don't think I need the steel chest for what we're doing. I think the iron chests are going to be plenty. So I think that's going to be everything we're going to want to get started. So let me look. Where is our closest wall that we can start our train from? And it looks like, because these ones need to go eventually. These inside ones, they need to go. We don't care about them anymore. So we're going to run down here, across here, back up, over, down. We're going to follow the same path, basically, that our belt currently takes. The nice thing is unlike the belt, which has to do this zigzag thing, trains can go diagonal, so we don't have to go like weird around stuff anymore. But I want to be able to get all the way down to each of these locations with the train and get it set up. And we're going to start with this one. And the reason we're going to start with this one is because that will allow me to show you what I'm doing, and then we can just drive on from it. And if I run out of time, we can deal. So the other thing that we're going to want to do, and we're already making them up here, is we're going to have to make a depot for making repair kits. Where are we making them? Right here. Okay. So down here is where we're making repair kits. Oh, there they are. Okay, so this is great for us, but we're going to need to be able to have the train access that and supply the train. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to come down here, and somewhere down here we are going to make repair kits, and we'll do it somewhere down here. All right, and then that'll be our depot for our repair kits. We're not going to do that right now. We just want to get the train started, but we're going to have to make a depot for that, or not a depot, but a train siding or a pickup point or whatever you want to call it, a loading area, and we're going to have to make one for fuel. What we did not get, do we have to worry about it yet? Walls. I think we can, or not walls, but cliffs. I think we can mostly get past the cliffs without the overhead rails. But I'm going to grab whatever we've got in concrete, in refined concrete. I'm going to grab it real quick. I should have grabbed it while I was up there. I know, should be driving with the tank. But once we start laying this stuff down, I don't want to be using the tank anyway, because I can't drive straight enough in the tank to see if there's anything else we need to do it. Steel plates. Crow. Alright, like I said, I don't think we're going to need these right now. So let's grab that. And that's going to allow us to make two, huh? One up and one down. Ooh. And then we can't make any of those. Yeah, so we're going to have to definitely increase our production of this concrete. All right, anyway, that'll give us room to do whatever we need to do, and that'll give us a couple of them to try out and play with. All right, let's get down here, and I'll show you what I'm gonna do, what my thought process is. So we have this section of wall, okay? And I want to keep this section of wall repaired. But I don't want my bots wandering off and going all the way back up here and screwing off, and there's nothing down here to fix what we need to fix. So what I'm going to do is we're going to put these on the tool belt. Wait a minute. Before we put these on the tool belt, let's do this. Let's put them on 9, okay, and 8, so that we can reserve 1 and 2 for space, and then we'll go 9 and 8. So we're going to put these on here so that we can pick them up. We're going to put the train tracks on there so we can pick them up. We're going to put that and that and that. And then lights, requester chests. Anything else we need? Bots. We'll put the bots on there too. I think that's everything. Alright, so what we're going to do is this. We're going to put a roboport so that the construction zone covers this wall. Now, looks like in this particular instance we're going to need 2 of them. Alright, so we don't have to have the logistics cover, just the construction zone area cover. And by putting it far enough away from the wall, we don't have to worry about our roboport getting destroyed unless they breach the wall. Okay? But at the same time, we don't want it so far away that it takes these guys forever to get there to repair our wall. But we're going to put 2 of them down. So we're going to put one. Let's try and hit about the halfway point for the total of them. So that's there, close enough. If we put one here, and we put the other one here, that's going to completely cover that wall as far as construction bots. But it's not going to hook up to up here. So these guys are going to be an isolated bot grid in by themselves. Okay? And of course, we got to power them up. So bring power up to them. All right. And then what we're going to do is, of course, we're going to bring our train system down. And our train system's going to be coming around the whole base. I might want to put it close here because at some point I might want to put in artillery and have artillery stops. So maybe we keep the train system closer to the edge here. Okay? And then what I'm going to do is I am going to come off of this with a siding. And that's probably, we're only going to make an engine and a cargo wagon anyway. So I want to do this to keep it off of the line while it's unloading. And we're going to go light, 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 light. Okay. And then we're going to put in a train depot or a train stop. And we're going to call this, let's call it Wall Repair 1. And we're just going to, I'm a simple kind of guy. I'm not going to get all fancy with some of this stuff. We'll call it Wall Repair 1. And then it'll be 2 and 3 and 4 and all the way around. So, train will come down. It'll stop here. I should have brought a train with. But we didn't. So, okay. I forgot. It shows us. So we're okay. So then we're going to put a passive provider chest. And we're going to put a bulk inserter. Because it's already on the train car, it will already be in stacks. So a bulk inserter should be faster than a fast inserter. All right. So then that's going to turn around and that's going to give us bots, right? And then we're going to this to this, and we're going to tell this to supply bots. Actually, you know what we should do? Maybe. I don't know. I've got to look into the whole stop thing as far as, because maybe what we do is we change this to a requester chest. And if the requester chest needs it, it'll send the train down. I got to look into this train interrupt system. I haven't really done it yet. All right. So, but for right now, what we're going to do is we're going to do read contents, and we're going to tell this that if our repair kits are less than what, 100 for now ought to be plenty? 100 repair kits? Then this is going to enable. So it'll unload the train into here till we get 100 repair kits in here. Right? And then the train can go on to the next one and the next one and the next one. And what I would like to do, what my plan is to set this up so that this requests them. But the problem is if I do that, I don't know. See, I don't know if this is not being linked, being within its own system, is going to allow it to send the train. I don't know. This is what I got to find out. Whether you link that to the stop or not, I don't know. Maybe you link it to the stop. Let's see something. If we go from here to here, right? And then we do this. Send to the train. Enable, disable if these are less than 100. Sends the contents of the circuit network to the train so they can be used for wait conditions. But can we set that? Can we do a request based on that? I don't know. That's what this is, the new changes that I have to play with and figure out. But I want to get the rail set up first. We'll worry about this part of it afterwards. But there we go. That's going to be what we're basically setting up for all of them. All right, so what we're going to do is we are going to go ahead and blueprint this portion. We're going to get rid of this, and we're going to get rid of this because we don't know the conditions of where we're going to be. Well, basically, we just want this part right here. And then we're going to go to the next one, and so on and so forth. And we will run a train over to there. I don't care about that. We got plenty of stone right now. You know what we can do, though? Because we're down here, we can put that in our trash slots. Waste not, want not. It's not going to get rid of that stuff because we're nowhere near someplace where it can dump it. And then as we get further on down the line, we will have used up train tracks and it won't matter. Alright. Can we? Yes, you can. You can run them on... Alright. You can run them on the map like this. I want to go further before I line it up. Yeah, so we're missing that. Let's go here and then do that. Right? That's kind of sweet that we can do it that way. Now, we're going to get rid of these. What we might do for right now, we'll break it and we'll just do it. So I just found out that if you're on the map, under normal circumstances, it's only going to let you stretch it out that far. But if I hit shift, it's going to let me go as far as I want to go, apparently, within reason. Now it's going to suggest certain things, but we don't have to follow them. That's kind of nice to be able to do that. I like that. Sure as heck beats laying them down by hand, having the bots, don't it? Now, in the past, what I have done, and I do it when I'm going to go on a long railroad run, and I probably should have done it with this, is I will set up a train, and I will put it on the tracks, and then I'll fill it full of all of my rail construction stuff that I want to do. Now, can we, because we want to go down there, can we get to there? I don't want to go that curvy. Maybe we want to go, start it in that direction first. We'll go past, we'll try and get past the, yeah, there we go. We probably will go through and just pick up this belt. I don't think it's serving us much purpose at this point. I want to try and get past this cliff without having to use an overhead. Is my goal. Alright, you know what? Can we force build? We can't force build like that, can we? Control Shift. Yeah, we can force build like that. And then we want to put in that to reconnect our power. We will worry about coming back through here and cleaning all of this stuff up later. Will that get us past? That gets us past that. And we can get past him. Just go straight past him. And we'll put him back in. We'll just move him to the side. That should have reconnected it. But what it didn't reconnect was this here. We want to put this guy here to keep our continuity all the way around. Oh wow, we got to go past these guys. All right. I forgot it's all the way over here now. So we'll have to come down and make that curve. Not a problem. Not a problem. I only have so many fingers here, guys. have to replace him. And we'll break that. So then we're going to come down with this. How are we doing on track? Well, we got 4,000 track. We got plenty of track. All right, so now how far can we get over here? I'm going to want to spin a Louis, but I don't know if we can do it down there or not, because we want to be able to cover that. So we'll see. We may have to redo the train station, or the train tracks down here. Yeah, we're going to have to, because that's not going to make that curve. All right. Yeah, that's kind of a sharp curve. We're not going to make that curve. There is no way we would make that curve. We could make that curve, though. Yeah, we'll make that curve. Because what we'll do is we will just include that. Wow, we got to get kind of close to be able to do it, don't we? And we don't, do we have, wait, we picked up stone, I thought. We picked up stone. Do we have enough? We don't have enough stone. Fine. I need stone, guys. Bring me some stone. I need stone because I need landfill. And you know what? Do we have... We do. All right. Hey, you guys. Come here with me. I want to show you something. Come up here a minute. I want to show you something. We're getting a little beat up here. Yikes. All right. Let's put some fish on here. Let's get rid of those guys. They're a little close. All right. Walls. All right. So now, if we get rid of this hole in the ground, or at least most of the hole in the ground, well, Yeah, that will reach all the way out to the very last. We still need a little bit more dirt or rocks. And what I keep forgetting we can do now is we only need one chunk of landfill to get all the way to the end of that wall. Control Shift build. There we go. Alright, so there's that one. It's a little close to the wall, but it gets us all the way down to there. That's the important thing. So then we go here. Oh, there's a cliff. You know what? Let's move this away from the wall a little bit. We want to keep our connection, but let's move this one up. Later we can come down and landfill that. Alright, so then same deal. We can come down here. We can add in a set of tracks. All right, that one's done. Call this one. All right, and so on and so forth all the way around. All right, guys, that's basically the plan. What is it missing? Oh, did it not finish the track? It didn't finish the track. And it looks like down here maybe there's some repairs to be done. Alright, so we'll go around and we'll do that. And then here, because construction bots do the repairs, right? What we will do is we're going to put, I think we're going to put 25 in each of them for now. We'll probably have to put more in or whatever. So then if we turn our RoboPort off, so our RoboPort won't do it, and we damage the wall, right? These guys shouldn't they? It's within that area. It needs to be fixed. Do we have to have it? Oh, because I don't have any in there. So then if we had some in here, there we go. So then it'll come over, it'll pick it up, it'll do what it needs to do, and it'll go home. So that will secure this piece of wall from damage, theoretically. Now, we may get a bunch of biters and what have you in here that it overwhelms this, and what we're going to do is, this is the setup. We can always put more bots down there. We can always put more repair kits. Eventually what I will probably do is also put wall segments, lasers, and power poles in each of these as well, so that way all of them are covered. But for right now, we're just trying to get bots and repair kits because we're not getting hit that often. But that's the plan, guys. I'm going to go ahead and finish up doing all the way around the base. And then when I get back, I will set up a depot for making repair kits, and I will set up the train. And next episode we will set up a fuel depot. We will pick up the stuff and get the train started and send it on its merry way, and we will work on other stuff after that. But there it is, guys. I just wanted to get that done and out of the way. We get started on the trains. All right? I will talk to you guys later. Bye.